I'm Scott Lepley. I'm here at the fair doing chainsaw sculptures. That's what I do for a living now. I've been doing that for a year and a half full time. Started about 11 years ago. I got into it, went to a festival, saw it done. Decided I'd go home and try it. I'd done a lot of chainsaw work, cutting firewood and such, and enjoyed that type of work. So when I saw it done, I decided to go home and give it a try, and been doing that ever since. Mostly do wildlife, and then I've done also some human figures, wizard type people, old fishermen, Native American, cowboys, that kind of thing. Wildlife is probably my favorite. I really enjoy hearing that type of thing, and trying to, I don't know, capture that in wood is kind of a cool thing. So do individual customized pieces, do a lot of stump work in people's yards, also do freestanding pieces, but kind of depends on what the customer wants when I go to their place to do it, but pretty much it's up to the imagination and the budget as far as what can be done. So, yep. I've done enough of some that I just fire up the saw and go to it, and that's what we're going to do today. Mostly just kind of a type of production piece that's pretty standard. When you're doing demonstrations, it's nice to do that kind of thing just because there's not much hesitation in it. When you're doing something new, you just kind of, sometimes you work off a sketch, other times maybe a figurine or something like that to use as a reference. And so that's kind of a starting point. And then, yeah, when it's something new or something customized, it's a lot slower process just because you can't take off too much wood because you can't put it back. So yeah, it's just a gradual process to make it evolve. So my favorite wood's red cedar. Cedar is nice, walnut. I carve a lot in pine. It's readily available and pretty easy to get. So the easiest wood, probably the cedar probably carves the nicest as far as it's soft, it holds up well, and it holds detail pretty well too. So the harder woods hold the detail nice. They're harder. It takes a little bit longer time to carve with those. So it varies, but probably I would say 90% of what I do. I mean, most of the pieces, all the pieces I've done here at the fair are 100% chainsaw. Other than if it's an animal or something like that, I usually use a fake eye or something. But all the sculpting is done with chainsaw only. So. And it varies with what the customer wants. Some people want things a little bit more refined, where you might sand or something like that. But pretty much, yeah, the sculpting's done with a chainsaw. So unfortunately, the first ones didn't look like they do today. And I would probably be embarrassed to even have some of those seen today. But you have to start somewhere, and just it's a gradual progression, you know. I mean, over time, you know, you start with a pretty crude tool, and I don't know, over time it almost becomes like a sketch artist's pencil or a painter's brush. You know, it just almost becomes an extension of you the more you work with it and the longer you do it. So yeah, it's definitely a progression over the years. And that's been the fun part of it too, is to see where you started and where you're at now, and the enjoyment of seeing each piece maybe changing, making little changes here and there to make things a little bit better. So best way, we actually live out by Clear Lake. Our address is 7460 East, 750 North, Fremont, Indiana, 46737. So phone numbers 260-495-0168, and cell phone is 260-336-4152.